You're listening here live on the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. Yes, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But you're listening here live on the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show with your host, Brent. That's right, you're listening here live on the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. Listening here live, brought to you by Spreaker.com. Yes, we are going coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe in Antarctica. And by the looks of it, since the fall is kicking in and getting closer and closer towards the winter, I'm pretty sure Antarctica, along with the Arctic Circle, are kind of happy to get a little cold temperatures up our way. So, we got a good show for you tonight. Tired. About to go to sleep after this. Tired. Need some sleep. Beat down. Is today Monday? Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, see, I'm tired. I don't even know what day it is. Damn it. Yes, Summer Days by Nick Holder. Yep, listen here live on the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. Your host, Brent. Yes, like I said before, we're kicking here live. This is Monday. Yes, Monday. Coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe even in Antarctica. And if you're listening to Antarctica, we'd love to hear from you. We love to hear what your thoughts. We love to know what you're doing down there, by the way. Just saying. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on. I've been so busy. I've been the last podcast. It only lasted a little bit because I was actually trying to do a Zoom with my military buddies. We hadn't all talked in a long time. Well, actually, all of us having talked, and I think I was trying to do my podcast live while also having my buddies being broadcast live as well, while we were all on Zoom. And I had all told them, I said, hey, I'd be cool if I could get you guys on my podcast, and you guys would be on the podcast, and we all be Zooming, and it'd be a great show. But for some odd reason, I guess the Zoom didn't really work well as far as the live thing with the situation with my podcast and everything. But I got to I got to chat with my military buddies. It was awesome. We talked. We were all talking for like a good 2 hours, and just a lot of stuff that, things that we did within the service, the funny times, the bad times, the good times. This is a good time, real good time. You have military buddies like that, because we went to war together. We all went to Afghanistan together. We all went to Iraq together. We went through the tough times, the suck times, the fun times together. We did a lot of things all together. And looking back at it now, we all spent a lot of time with each other amidst away from our families and our other friends. And I think that's what made us closer, especially considering the situations that we were in, as far as, we're in a foreign land where we're having to watch each other's back, and, a new sense of, I guess, as they say, the brotherhood of things, guys in arms in combat, really is a lot different. Because, like I said, you're not with your family. Those guys end up becoming your family because you guys are thrown into the pot, mixed together, and you guys have to work collectively in order to, get through things. And, you can't ask for your mom, can't ask for your dad. It's the man to your left, and or woman, man and or woman to your left, to your right, front and back. Those are the ones that are going to be there because they're there at that moment in time. And like I said, we went through a lot of stuff together. We went through the tragic times of guys on our platoon that paid the ultimate sacrifice that didn't come back with us. And it hits really hard for each and every one of us because, like I said, we had good times with those. And, it'd been really good to have all of us there, including the ones that didn't come back. But for the most part, for all of us that were there in the Zoom, that it was awesome experience. It's fun. Those guys hadn't missed a heartbeat. Those guys have not missed it. It's just fun, ridiculous times. If you're kind of inquiring, I was in the United States Marine Corps from 2003 to 2007. It was just kind of the heart of a lot of things during that time period. Everybody's experience is different being in the service. Some are a little bit different, some are, things. But it's one that will always stick with me for the rest of my life. Like I said, it's fun time. It's just one of those things. If you're a military service member, past or present, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I was stationed out in Hawaii, Kaneohe, NBC, Kaneohe Marine Corps Base, Kaneohe Bay. I was stationed out there. In Hawaii, it was probably, I say that's actually awesome, the fact that I was actually stationed out in Hawaii. And I remember the time when because we went out to 29 Palms. If anybody knows about 29 Palms is a desert area. And out in the desert area, it's pretty desolate out there. And we had forgot how many people were in my job skill class. I think it was like in 70, so other Marines. But then we got to, whoever placed well in the class got to choose where they wanted to go, and they had certain units that were open. Well, certain units are open, and when I mean certain units, this means the fleet part. Because once you get onto the fleet, where you're assigned at, that's what they call the fleet. And I remember they had the assignments for who wanted to go to Hawaii, but then that stipulation was like, it's an infantry battalion out there. And my first thing was like, you know what? Look, how often you get the opportunity to say, hey, you get to go to Hawaii, and then on top of that, you get to live out there in Hawaii for a certain amount of time when you're in the military. That's you're like, I'm gonna jump on that one. I still remember the great times in Hawaii. The beaches, the look, the feel, the scene, everything. It's one that you cannot miss. You cannot forget. Here, along the East Coast, a lot of there's, you have, Ocean City, you have Myrtle Beach, which is a really good one. The Jersey Shore area, we're along Atlantic City. You have Miami, beaches here. They all are very good. But there's just something about being on the Pacific coastline and in Hawaii in the tropical paradise weather where it's like 70, 80 degrees. And obviously it does get hot, but doesn't really go down below like 60. There's something about that just it's just different. I don't miss the Portuguese man of war. I don't miss that. If you know what I'm talking about, leave me a comment or no, send me a message. Let me know you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to tell you, the Portuguese Man of War is actually the, I would say, smaller version, but a little bit more stringier of the jellyfish. And it does look like a clear, purplish, translucent, what is it? Translucent, kind of like a grapes on a vine. It kind of looks like, that's what I would interpret it, but a little bit longer tentacles and whatever. It looks like that, and if you get stung by it, you're going to be in a world of pain for a little bit. It's going to subside, but it's going to sting. Yeah, it's just one of those days that, though they have signs posted out there that says, hey, be on the lookout. And sometimes they do wash across up on shore. That doesn't mean you can step on it or whatever. You just have to be kind of cautious where they're at. But that's the risk you take if you're going out to have some adventure into the ocean. I mean, people say, oh, the ocean, yeah, it's no problem. You go to the ocean, but there's a lot of things out in the ocean. I.e. Jaws, he's out in the ocean. Just determines how far you want to go out and swim out there. And Jaws, might decide, say, and I'm kind of hungry. I see some people out there. I see some legs in the water. I want legs on the menu. It just depends on how the ocean. But I do have a very fondness, respect for the ocean, because the ocean, man, it is vast, it is powerful, and is one of those things like I would say just pretty much the sheer power of the ocean. If you've been surfing or have ever gone surfing, you know what I'm talking about when I mean it. And you hear people talk about it when they be like the first time they surf, and they surf consistently and keep going. It isn't, or it's something about it. I don't know, and I think that's probably one of the things that I've kind of ended up finding out, is that like the ocean has a way of kind of making you feel, and it's different from the feel. And this is a difference in the feel from along the coastline of these beaches out here along the East Coast compared to that in Hawaii. I just don't know. I don't get it. It's a difference to me. It's a difference. I don't know. It's just one of those things that don't know what to tell you. I mean, I would say pretty much the vast powerfulness of the ocean, and that it can crush anything, and you just have to kind of respect it. So let me get off that topic about the ocean and everything. Even though I do love the ocean, I love the beach, but I love the tropical setting. It's beautiful. I do want to go to the Caribbean. I've never been to the Caribbean. I wouldn't mind taking a trip down there, and seeing how things are, because I believe those kind of match up to the same, Paradise Island. Well, Paradise, it is island, but Paradise, feel and look as Hawaii does. So, I do want to take a trip down there. I've never been to the, Caribbean. Would love to. I think it'd be awesome. So like I said, got a good kind of episode. Got a little sidetracked a little bit. In the news, this episode is going to pretty much be about what I've been saying for the past several months, and people don't listen. But damn it, you have to understand where I'm coming from, and you got to know that I'm not bullshitting you when I'm telling you this. And it's like now they're trying to crank it on more and 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 more. I don't know what it is, but they keep trying to crank it on, and it has to deal with this asteroid shit. All right, about asteroids coming in, flying, colliding with Earth, and Earth has to devise a plan, or these astronauts, scientists have to come up with devise a plan to be able to divert off its god, and and they're not pumping iron, going to the gym, so they look puny. So that's why all these asteroids are gonna come here, and they're going to they blow up the Earth, and then everything that we like is going to be destroyed, because we don't have strong enough scientists in the gym, strengthening their brains in order to, alleviate and fix the problem. So, this is, like I said, it's for the past couple months I've been talking about this. I've been talking literally about, excuse me, I've been talking literally about how they've been talking in the news about nothing but asteroids, and how they plan on diverting it with using rockets and shit like that, and it's been absurd. They won't lay off it. They keep coming up with it for some odd reason. And I don't know. It is absolutely getting downright insane. Now, some of you might say that I might be kind of exaggerating. I'm not. The last I heard, when I first heard about it, was like the end of the spring. And, oh, man. I had something go down the wrong throat. God damn. And when I first heard about this, is about China and their space program. And their space program was talking about that they needed to talk with other scientists about how they need to divert an asteroid that was coming sometime in the near future, in the year 2160 to 2170, and it was going to collide with Earth. So, but what they needed to do is to send about 50 to 60 rockets starting in November, and by the way, we're in November, up into outer space, so that way these 50 to 60 rockets can impact this ginormous asteroid and divert it off its course from colliding with Earth in the year 2160 to 2170. And they needed to do it, but they said they needed funding and also to do it. I'm starting to detect there's a bit of an issue as far as a lot of these space programs to get things done. It's as though everything deals with funding, that they want volunteer people to, I said volunteer people. They want people to, give them their money and put money into, certain programs that in reality, you're not going to see that, the overall outcome or the final product of it at all. You're never going to see it. You won't see it. You're not going to see it, because these elongated projects are supposed to somewhat be instilled in the near future when your bones is already turned into dust. So as I said before, they plan on, they plan on wanting to send these 50 to 60 rockets into the outer space and to go into divert this asteroid that is a bajillion miles or whatever the hell it's away, and supposed to crash into it, because the asteroid or big flying rock that's hurling in the outer space that just has a collision course with Earth, supposed to collide with us in 2160 to 2170. So they can't name which year within that time period of 2160 to 2170, but they know it's somewhere between in there. Okay. And as I said, during that time period, that everyone here on Earth is going to be gone. Okay? There's one of us here going to be alive in that time period from 2160 to 2170. Unless you are a vampire, or unless you done found the fountain of youth. And even at that point in time, you're probably trying not to to do much because the Fountain Youth keeps you young, but at the same time, it doesn't stop you from getting, you're still immortal. So unless you're a vampire, and by the way, if you're a vampire, you need to stay out of the sunlight. So, these things that they've been plaguing and talking about is beyond insanity. And I'm a person that says, I don't mind space. I don't mind it. I don't mind space at all. I think it's good. I think outer space, I think the earth is round. But I think there are aliens. I think we're not only, there's too much outer space out there just for us to be the only ones out there. I do believe if they're aliens, they would have already made contact with us, or probably have already made contact with us. And if they were hostile aliens, they would have already shown that they are hostile and done different things. Because technically, if they are coming here to visit, abduct human beings, and to do whatever, their level of intelligence technology base is far more advanced, because one, they would have to travel an amount of distance to get here. And yes, they ain't coming from Mars to come over here. That's not happening. Like I said, the beginning of the summer was kicked off with a lot of stuff because people wanted to know about the Pentagon releasing the files of the UFOs or UAVs. And when people finally read the report, they thought they were getting something from that. They thought they were getting like the cream of the crop. They thought they were finding something out. Top government secrets. And what they got, as I said before in my early podcast, is you're going to get the generic answer. And they got the generic answer. They got it. They didn't get anything special. They got the generic answer, the generic statement, and format on the paper to make it look. And then people kind of subside from it and kind of laid up. But then you had billionaires deciding they wanted to take trips out into space. And then for them and their programs, they were like, oh yeah, you can get yourself a free, not free. Well, excuse me for saying free. They're like, you could travel to the outer realms of space, not into space, but the last layer to space, for a measly small little premiere package that only going to cost you about $250,000. It's one seat. Yeah. So not the average order. I don't know if it's ordinary, but pretty much not the average citizen is going to be able to afford $250,000 on a fucking ticket just to fly out into outer space. That's a little bit absurd and probably in the land of insanity. But they're pitching the sales pitch constantly. SpaceX is getting underway and sending, I guess, so-called astronauts out in outer space. I mean, they're doing things, and then they have people keep still talking about Mars. Why are we talking about Mars? Unless we're going there, why are we talking about it? And beyond, anyway, you can't live on Mars. But they think we can. So, I don't know. So, I mean, there is so much talk with the asteroid buzz. And like I said, I've been saying this since the beginning of the summer. And it's now getting more and more insane because they want people to be afraid of something. They want to instill some fear because they're saying that there's an asteroid supposed to come tomorrow or 2 nights from now that's supposed to pass Earth and it's supposed to be really close or something. I don't know. So unless it's going to have a maximum override type of movie situation where the asteroid flies over that was a comet, and next your machines start going off, your toaster starts cooking toast on its own. What the hell's going on? Thinking here outside the box a little bit. Got to. So, I'm going to read this one quote from space.com. NASA's mission DART will test our ability to redirect an asteroids by quite literally crashing into it. But the spacecraft will also test a new type of, type of system for the agency. I think it's kind of their, I can't say the word, I can't pronounce the word, god darn it. This is the I added something extra to it. Kind of speed or propulsion. I think it's, propulsion system for NASA. I don't know even what that means. I don't know. But the DART will launch from the Van Dibber Space Force Base in California aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket on Wednesday, November 24th at 1:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it plans on launching. Why are they doing it 1:58 a.m.? I guess it's because it was probably the best time to do so. I would assume so, I guess, because it's daytime, might be some static or atmosphere interference. Nighttime gets low key. So, I guess, they'll still. So, this is just to understand. If stuff costs so much freaking money, why in the hell are they going to just launch a spacecraft that's going to cost millions of dollars out into space, and then off that, rocket, the thing's going to eject off, and it's going to go on its other course, and then it's going to literally, intentionally crash into an asteroid to test its ability to redirect an asteroid. Now, do you understand how crazy this sounds? Is there anything here on Earth that we've made that can absolutely do this? They think, besides, see, my head's already hurting with this because it's so much nonsense. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go get something to drink, like I always do. I'm going to get something to drink, and then we're going to come back and we're going to discuss a little bit more about the land of insanity. So, stick with me. Be right back. I'm going to go get something to drink. Don't go nowhere. Got some more of the coolest of the coolly cool shows. So stick right here with me. Be right back. Listen to some more Summer Days by Nick Holder. Yes, we're back here live on the Coolly Cool Show. Your host, Brent, kicking it here on this. It's a Monday. Oh man, I'm just like, goddamn, I just can't breathe. Pay attention. Oh snap! I'm just checking right now. One of my chats. One of my military buddies, Big Germ. He wrote, when I was talking about the Zoom meeting that we had, he says, wait, you were recording us in that Zoom call? Boy, he's like, lucky we can't troll you during your live stream. Glad you were doing your thing, bro. Hey, appreciate it, man. Hey, but, big shout out, my buddy, Big Germ. Yep. Like I said, I was trying to get all of us on the, go live on there. I thought it would have been a really good podcast. But, you know, I guess apparently hooking the podcast up to the Zoom portion was having issues and it just didn't mesh well. I don't know. I don't know the whole analytics. Hell, matter of fact, for the first couple, 5 minutes that I was on Zoom, I couldn't get off mute. And they were all laughing at me because I couldn't figure out where the button was to turn off the mute button for Zoom. So, yeah, I'm not that technical savvy with a lot of stuff. I mean, some stuff I am, but some stuff my kids, they're these kids are probably going to have, pop-up screens and they just do with their hands or whatever. And they're like, oh, I got it, Dad. I'm like, so, trying to figure out what else. Well, we were talking about how these asteroid things is, like I said, it's getting fucking insane with these asteroid shit. I'm not joking about it. I'm not lying about it. It's the truth. They're trying to put some type of fear in us because they keep bringing up asteroids. Asteroids. I mean, if during probably the mid 90s toward the late 90s, they had a bunch of asteroid movies that were talking about blowing up the Earth, and the Earth was about to blow up and we were all going to die. And, they had Armageddon. They had the world's best deep oil drillers saving the world, Then they had the movie, was it Deep Impact? Was that right? Deep Impact? Yeah. Deep Impact, where a comet came by, but it got blown into two. The little half destroyed and killed half the population of the world, or something like that, and the other half had to rebuild. And then I'm pretty sure there were some other ones. I just can't name them off the head. I'm pretty sure they were probably B films, which at this point in time, I'm guessing B films in our day and age are the ones that don't have previews anymore. I'm guessing. I don't know. But in the last couple of years, they've been turning things in as far as, the unknown. The Earth is just unsteady. It's breaking down. Like the movie, one movie I love to watch is the movie The Core. I don't know many people have seen it. It's not a bad movie. It's got Hilary Swank in it and a couple of really good actors. But I know Hilary Swank, she was in it. That movie was about the Earth just, needs to restart because the Earth was just what, I'm stopping. But then they found out we humans were causing the problem to stop the Earth from, moving or something internally in the core. So they send, a scientist deep into the Earth's core to jumpstart the Earth. What? Make believe or some shit? And then, the movie 2012 with John Cusack in it where, astrological kind of nonsense hits and then the Earth is going to shit, and it's just this is the Mayan calendar. This is the ends. And it's okay, but then it seemed like it turned into, I don't know, some type of natural thing. I don't know. It's just, some of this stuff makes people paranoid because when certain people start thinking about it, some people start actually losing their goddamn mind. That's why I say the land of insanity plagues a lot of social media. But let me get off that because space talk is going to make me lose my mind. So, if you hadn't noticed already, if you heard about it, Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty on all counts. I don't really have much on it. I don't really have much to say about it. It's unfortunate for individuals who were involved, loss of life in reference to it. That's always, tragic in itself. I do one thing I have to say is that Kyle Rittenhouse, that one day when he was crying, I don't even know if he was crying or he was just trying to cry, and his lawyer was like, "Look, bro, we gonna need you to go ahead and bust some tears out, and just show what you got, son, because you're gonna go to jail. So you need to bust the tears out, and we're not talking about a couple. Talking about you're probably going for life, if not." The electric chair or something like that. So I'm pretty sure they were like, told him something like that, and he probably did the worst ever crying, or I'm not hating on the man. I'm just saying, when he was doing it, it was kind of like, is he doing it for real, or what's going on? I don't know. I'm just saying it was just kind of awkward, and maybe he should have thought something else, or as far as trying to get them tears working. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to delve into that too much. I really haven't been watching or really watched much of that whole situation. I said I've had a lot of other stuff, and then that's why I'm like dog tired, like extremely tired. But I'm bringing the coolest to each and every one of you. Yes, that's right. But there's a lot of crazy stuff that's been going on in the world. Apparently, shootings are still going high. People acting violent to each other, and I don't know. It's just the world. Apparently, they're rioting again up in Portland. I guess Portland's just a central hub for people wanted to riot. I don't know. I mean, I guess they got the right to do so. It's just there's a lot of stuff been going on, and people are angry. I would be angry too if the asteroids coming in, the government not telling you the truth about things, and they're trying to get you to buy a $250,000, ticket to go to the last layer of the atmosphere, not outer space, just that last layer of the atmosphere, and then on top of that, they keep sales pitching, the abundant bullshit and a lot of things. But I'm gonna keep my lips clear on that one, or zipped. But I'm not, because I broke the motherfucking zip on it. So, yeah, that's right. Bring it down the house. So, like I said, there's just been a lot of stuff that's been going on that not many people are talking about. And as far as what's going on in the president's, one thing is with the COVID-19 and the vaccination shots. At this point in time, is anybody even worried about that at this point in time? People like, if you get the shot, you don't get the shot. I know they're still trying to make some type of debate about it, because some NFL players don't want to get it. Some NFL players are pro getting it. I don't know what the hell's going on at this point with the whole COVID-19. The COVID-19 is still out there. People still doing social distancing, still wash your hands, cover your mouth when you cough. Don't lick the palm of your hands, I know it's still out there. People still getting sick with it. People are getting affected from it. People are getting their shot. People are not getting their shot. But it's more like people like, let's just continue on as normal. Let's get back to business. I don't fucking know. I really don't. All I know is there's some crazy shit going on out in the world. It really is. I don't. I said I'm tired right now, and I don't know why. It's a Monday. That's probably why. Ooh, Mondays. Just another manic Monday. Whoa, whoa. Wish it were Sunday. Whoa, whoa. I don't know the rest of the words to it, but Whatever. I don't know. I don't know the rest of the words to it. Like I said, I couldn't tell whether I couldn't remember whether today was Monday or not. My days are so thrown off right now. It's like completely thrown off, and then I have my knee is like giving out, and it's like, oh, it's just hurting. Oh, got that song Under Your Spell by Desire, and that means we've come toward the conclusion of another wonderful episode of the Coolest of the Cool, the Coolly Cool Show with your host, Brent. Yes, and I forgot to tell everybody, if you haven't already done already, be sure to follow me on my other social media platforms. You can also follow me on my Twitter account. Follow me at CoollyCool2412, or you can also follow me on my Instagram, Brent the Champ, or you can also follow me on my TikTok channel, the Coolly Cool Show. And you know, I have a bone to pick with TikTok, because one of my videos that actually went viral, which I had over 100-some thousand views on it, they took the actual sound video off it for some odd reason, because apparently they said I violated some type of guideline or something. I don't think, and you know the sad part, I don't even think I did, and I didn't even do it, but whatever. And I was shadow banned quite some often, because I actually made a video about that, because TikTok, believe it or not, unless you got some lip balm or you got some chapstick that works well, TikTok's gonna like you. But like I said, that's an inside joke. Yeah. So that's why, you know, I said I got shadow banned off TikTok, and one of my videos just really, you violated guidelines. What? And that video was actually like literally 8 months ago, and they're coming back at me now. Why? Don't know. Don't know. You know why? Because it's all fueled and funded by a bunch of nonsense. But anyway, if you want to hear the real stuff, tune into my show here on the Coolest of the Cool, the Coolly Cool Show with your host, Brent. All right, everybody. Take care. Get some rest. I'm going to go get some rest. All right. Take care. Bye.